Hi and welcome, Jo here at woolcottage.com. It is the last instalment of the Colours I Won't video collection, and the colour we're working with today is brown. Now brown, I think brown is a really underexpressed colour. It's definitely one of those ones that goes with everything. If you think about your clothes, I've got a thing about brown shoes. I love dark brown boots and tan coloured shoes, like ankle boots and those sort of things, and brown brogues and tan brogues and verging nearly on the reddy sort of tones. I love those colours. I think they go amazing with your denim. When you're wearing them denim jeans or whatever, tops and shirts or denim dress, they look really cool. But it's one of those colours that a lot of people veer away from, and I'm like, why? It's really nice. So what we're working with today is this hand-dyed roving that I did the other week there on the 23 micron camp merino, and it starts off in this sky blue, goes into a mid-coloured blues and starts splitting off, and then it goes into a split of sandy sort of colours in there, and then into fawn, and then into this sort of more chocolatey brown. Honestly, it is brown. That colour on the video doesn't look that brilliant, but honestly, I promise you it's cool. So there it is there. Okay, so put half to one side. We've got this half here, and while I'm stood here nattering, I'm going to just split this through. Now, brown is obviously one of those colours that you think automatically woodlands, greens, they'll go with that, no problem. Brown's quite happy to partner with anybody because it has got that sort of ready undertone to make it, because it is a three-way colorway, so it will match really well with other browns, different shades of browns, more nudie colors, the pinks. Brown looks brilliant with pink, and I'll show you in a moment. It goes well with obviously the autumnal colors, so you can add in dashes of oranges and yellows, but I would hint to more the sort of ready tones rather than the bright vivid yellow of that spectrum. More the warmer hues of them. The greens, you can go for all sorts of greens with browns, citric greens, more rustic greens, the darker ferny greens, sage greens. So like, here's what the stash of greens I've got. So typical green, citric green, more warmer greens, so you can put those in with it, not a problem. Pinks or oranges, we've got orange and brown. What else we've got? We've got a softer orange there. Then we've got this mix. I'll grab this mixed blend because it's got hints of pinks and greens and reds in there as well, and orange, and those all look fantastic together as well. Pinky colours, pinks look lovely with browns. So we've got here that pink there. You could go more for magnolia pink, see, screams for it. What else we've got pink wise? Oh, we've got more of an orchid pink there. Honestly, it's one of those colours, you treat it like a grey, and you'll be surprised at what will go with it. But I would, as I say, verge more on the warmer tones of those colours than I do of, because some greens have more yellow in them. Remember we were on about the colour makeups at the first video of this session when I did my batt-part Thursday. Some greens have red tones in them when they're made up, so it gives them a warmer feeling. Some of them have got more yellow added into them, so it gives them that really quite cold, chilly feeling. Some of them are given a bit of blue in there, like a mallard green. Let me see if I've got anything that's a mallard. So this is still green, but it's got a lot of blue in there to break it down, and even that looks fantastic with brown. So it's a really versatile colour. Give it a go, have a try of it. So what I'm going to do with this is, again, I'm going to do two different versions of this blend to make it look really pretty. And I'm going to start off with this darker colour, and I'm going to make it into a gradient blend. And I have got this dark here. Let me just turn on my scale so I know how much I'm using. Right, okay, so here we go. Put that in there. I've just dropped a piece. Okay, so we've got the brown in there. Now I've got this pewter colour, which the pewter bit will come back to it on the next one, but I'm going to use it on here. So we've got the pewter. I'm going to put that in there. So you've got that sandy colour in there. And then I'm going to come in with this colour blue, porcelain blue, and I have got this seal blue or sort of grey colour. So what we got there. So, but I'm going to add in a second colour into here, and I have got some, we'll add in some texture. We'll add in a bit of texture. So I have got some dyed mulberry silk in here, and I have got some blue and this sort of reddy brown colour. I'm going to add in, I don't want any green, I want this reddy brown colour. I'm going to put in some texture, and what else could I put in there for a bit of texture? Oh, I'll go with some cream, and I have got, actually, I have got some mohair. I've got some brown mohair here, so I'm going to add some of this in with it as well. Give this one a bit of texture, a bit of character, and I may be able to use some of these again in the next one. What else have we got in here? Let's have a look. What else have we got? Oh, I've got some. Ooh, isn't it nice when you find stuff you forgot you had? I've actually got some Syri alpaca, so I'll add in some of that as well into this mix. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So I'll make this slightly textured blend today, and we'll get on with this. Move my junk out your way so you don't get hit with a load of my junk. I've got junk everywhere at the moment. Right, so I'm gonna just do my usual 3-way blend. So 3 split into 3 ways. It's going to be a colour fade, slight gradient type look about it. It's going to go from dark brown into a mid brown, and then it's going to go into the blue, and then into the soft sealy blue colour that I've got there as well. So, and then we've got the textures that we're going to add in here just to make it look pretty. So I can either start it with the hand dyed wool, or I can start off with the coloured wools, which means I'd finish off on the hand dyed wools, which I think that's what I'll do this time round. So we're just going to start with our colours. Okay, and this is half and half. I've got a mix of Corridel and Merino as my wools today to blend in with. I'm just going to put that on there. In actual fact, I think all of these are Corridel, so it's a Corridel Merino blend, which I would say is probably more 60-30 ratio Corridel to Merino. Now add in my blue. There we go, and then add in the last piece. There we go. Now I'm going to get my hand dyed merino that was split into 3 sections, and I'm going to start with the brown. Now it's going into the mid-range, and it's starting to morph into the mid-blue. And it's starting to go into the lighter blue now. There we go. That's really, really pretty. It's really lovely. It looks like a landscape to me. So next we're going to go in with our goat mohair fibre that we've got here. I'm just going to take a couple of pieces, and I'm just going to let that card straight on there. So it's going to have a bit of texture to it, remember. I'm going to take some of my Syri alpaca and again stick that straight on there. Take a little piece of my blue mulberry silk and a bit of my mid brown mulberry silk. Okay, I'm just going to put them both together in my hand, and I'm just going to paint them on the back of the drum. There we go, and then repeat. So my sealy bluey colour, just pull that out so it drafts a little bit better onto the drum corner. Open up my roving for the blue, and again just ever so gently just pull that back a little bit, just draft it out a little. Sometimes it helps it stopping from sticking to the front of the liquor, because it's obviously all compacted together. Not always, but sometimes it says as it starts to stick on the front of it. Okay. And again, just ever so gently pull that back a bit so it's not lots of clumps. Where's my brush? The packing brush on the back of this. And then my brown. This is a chocolate brown that I'm using here. Hand-dyed roving. Start with my brown in the same place as the other brown. There we go. And then repeat what I did earlier on by putting some of my mohair locks, just peel them apart and they will find their way on there. If you find some that are slightly matted together or knotted together, just give them a tease and open them up. Hope for the best. Okay, and again, on that goes. Get my mulberry silk, up some of my alpaca as well. Right, that's that one done, and then again repeat what we've just done for the last time. This wheel's quite staticky. It's definitely not wanting to go straight back onto the back of the drum today. Okay, and then the last, what's we got, the next roving we've got next, again back on with the brown. The alpaca and the mohair that I've got. And then the last of my mulberry silk. And then use your carder to lift up the last of those fibres off your slicker. There we go. So that's the first of what I call my Effie bats. Effie's always these colours, always these browns, nudes, soothing sort of colours into the blues. It's got that really moody coastal feel to it. With where I live on the coast, it's like you've got the sea and then the harshness of the mountains, so you've got those blues and browns that hit you if you looked in from the Irish Sea, and for me as well looking backwards. So here we go. We have got, and by leaving the hand-dyed roving till the very last layer, it's helped you see the colour transition that I was creating, whereas the dyed wools underneath are more solid and whereas this one's showing you its character. So if you turn it upside down like that, if you were a felter, you would have, or a minute, that way around, you would already, landscape felter, you would already have your basis for your work. Okay, or you could do it the other way around. If you wanted to see in the background, there is your beach. Okay, just fold that over. So there is one Effie bat. We'll get those wherever they come from. There we go. One coastal Effie bat. So we'll get the colours sorted out for the next one and I'll be back with you in a moment. Okay, so we're back again. This time we're going for a really soft, cuddly Effie, okay? Like a teddy bear cuddly. You like browns, don't do browns, don't do cuddly. They do cuddly, all teddy bears are cuddly. They're all brown. Right, so we've got 3 different shades of bamboo. So we've got sky, cloud and brown. We're going to use some gold Angelina because I can, and each one of these have all had a bit of Angelina in them. The opposites have had Angelina, and I'm using just a dash of undyed natural merino tencel blend. So that's there. We have got this really lovely mixed blend fibre of Angelina, merino and red Erie silk and viscose. So that's going in there. We've got this cornflower blue. Okay. and we have got some of this, which is that pewter that we used originally. So this is going in there as well. And then we have got the roving that we used originally. I'm just going to split that all the way down the middle. Oh, and then it twists. Nope. Split your rovings again. Another 3-way I will do on this one. Sorry, I had to pause that. I'm filling the dogs. Everyone's gone loopy. Right, so yeah, so I'm just gonna blend this, split this off down. Okay, so we've got that, and also have got this off-white merino that I forgot to show you. That's going in there, and I have got just an ever so subtle dash of pink tissue silk, just to bring that extra cuddly depth into this. Okay, what am I doing? Yeah, there it is. Looking for this other one now. Okay, so this time I'm going to use, this is my bottom layer, because I don't want it really to be dominant, but it's going to be, when I'm taking photographs of it, it's going to be there. You're going to see it's there. You're going to know what transition it's taken because I've just done the other one. But this is just to let you know that what looks like, sometimes doing things in different layers, it's all going to knit up looking exactly the same, whether you put this above the dyed versions, if you're blending with dyed wools, or use this as your top layer so you see this transition all the way through. It doesn't really make any difference when it comes to knitting with it, but if you want to take photographs of it or it's pleasing to your eye, then you do it that way. Okay, so we're going to start with this. I'm going to tilt you down so you can see. Okay, I'm going to blend this. Hold a minute, best take it out. Make my life a lot more easier, Joe, so just tick it out. Okay, so I'm going to blend this on here straight away. We've got that sky blue transitioning into the mid blue again. And then it's starting to go a bit muddier with the fawn trying to break through. And then we've got the browns coming now. There we go. So you can see it's transition exactly like the other one, but this time I'm going to use a pewter. This is pewter brown, or just pewter, and it's got like this muted, nudie, browny sort of colour to it. It's not a really dark brown, but it's neither a grey neither. So again, that on there. Then we've got this cornflower blue, which we're going to go in with next. And then we've got a dash of this off-white merino. I'm just going to put in here. And already you can see there's a different feel to it, okay? And then I'm going to go in with my undyed merino and tencel blend. Tencel in there as well. That's bringing that back down another level. And I'm going to add in my Ready with Silk and Stilly and Angelina blend. I'm going to put that on the top. I'm going to grab my bamboos and my tissue silks, move them over here. So I've got tissue silk. There's another piece of bamboo under there somewhere, hiding. Or he's ran away from home or something. Right, so we split that into 3. And then I want the mid blue. And then I want the softer grey. And I'm going to go over to the brown side and put that along there. So what I'm doing is trying to help you with your eye, see where the transiting colourway is going. And then we've got the porcelain blue, and then we've got the really soft silver cloudy colour, and that'll go on there. And then I'm going to get some gold Angelina. I'm going to just faff that out. I've got my tissue silk, and I'm just going to paint that over the top, just to give it that more girly, cuddly sort of look about it, to show you that you can add in another colour with these to help just make it pop a little, and make it look softer as well. And that's the best thing in our world. We don't have a white dye. We can't bring colours down to a different shade. The only way we could do that is by using water. So as you know, and I've explained this when I've done my Dye Pot Thursdays. So in my case, I want to bring down the tones. I want to show you a darker version of the art bats with using the same colours. But I want to also give you a lighter version so you can see how you can change his character. Okay, so again, I'm going to get my roving out my little pot, the little split that I've got. And over here to the brown side. Softer blue. Now back with my pewter over on the brown sort of fawny side of the blend. I'll get my card in a minute and I'll pack that down. Then I'll get my lighter blue, my cornflower blue, and I'm going to put that over the top of the mid-rangey sort of colourway. I don't need a massive gap for the white that I'm going to put here, the off-white, because I'm not going to use a lot of it. I just needed it as a third balance on this blend. Okay, give that a pack down. Again, over the top with my undyed merino tencel blend. Just to bring that straight down, and look at that already. It just tones those right down really quickly by adding that in. Again, get my bamboos ready. Okay, so my bamboos have been split. Get my blended roving, which has got different types of merinos in there, and this goes I'm going to get my card and give that a pack down the back. There we have bamboo. So the silver one over on this whitey into blue side. I'll just let it go over the blue a little bit and back over. Then get your blue, and you want to start over on just the edge of the white side and bring that over into your blues, and then start crisscrossing over to the browns so they blend through. So when you're spinning them, you'll get a touch of everything going in there. The brown, I'm going to start over the far side and then start bringing that over into the blue section. So everything will just meld in together, and then get your pink. Oh, and your Angelina. Gold Angelina. Like, gold looks fantastic with browns and blues and pink. There we go. And again, we need to give that another pack, if I can remember what I've done with my... We've got one more layer to get through. So again, get my roving that I've split into sections. You could do this as a two-way section, and then the coloured wools that are milled that you've bought in, they're already dyed. You can do them as 3 layers and just do this as 2. And you've seen me do the 2-layer one before. Okay, I'm going to give that a pack down because I've got these wools to get onto here now, and it's starting to get a bit full in the back. There we go. So again, the pewter. And my whitey coloured one, it's like an off-white or dove grey. Again, pack that down. Your natural on dyed wool, just fan it out a little bit so it doesn't clog up. Okay, get your mixed colour roving. That's what these things are handy for. When you buy them from your supplier, these mixed blended fibres, the merinos and stellinas and tissue silks and everything else, they're expensive to buy 100-gram wise. You can buy them 50 grams as well, but they are expensive for what they are. But if you're only using them sparingly in blends, then you're still getting the characteristics in there that help bring up, just gives your art, your work, what you're trying to create, that bit of oomph. And not just that, 100 grams of this blend here, you can do over 4 bats, repeat the method and make 4 bats up, then you've got a unique looking yarn with a nice blend ratio in there that's going to give you a really lovely yarn to work with. Okay, so the last of the bamboo is going on now. So again, as I remind you, here is the creamy section, this is the blue section, then we're going into brown. So with the silver, I'm going in, staying on this side, but then I'm going to delve into the blue section next because it helps with the transition of colour. Get my blue and then start just a little bit off the blue section and more on the cream, just so I can get some of those fibres on there, and then head over towards the brown and leave some of the blue in the brown section, and the same with the brown on there, come over into the blue a little and then go back over into the brown again. There we go. Angelina. And my pink tissue silk. Right, so this one's called Cuddles. You'll find all the bats that I've been doing. That will now be listed all on the website under the Patreon bats. So there we go, look at that one. There's the back of it, exactly the same as the last one, but you've got more softer tones that are sitting on that and complementing it and just help bring it down a level. If you don't like the pewter colour, you can use a shade called Mink. That works really, really well. Or go with nice browny fawn colours or mocha colours, the chocolate colours that you can get a hold of. Have a go with those ones and then add in some softer blues with it as well. Or do this type of blend, but use pink instead of blue. A soft pink. There we go. So that, look at the difference of that one. It's amazing, isn't it? So we'll go over and pop over in the chair and we'll have a little natter about what we've got so far. Okay, so on our first week we had the mermaidy sort of feels, didn't we? I'm just going to grab them from behind here because they've been hiding away for the last week, waiting for me to bring them out and get them photographed and put on the website, which I am going to do this afternoon. Hold a second. Oh, that was a scramble. That was so not prepared. Right, so this is the Aurora Borealis that we did with the lime green into blue and then into purple. So that's the two that we did the first week. So you've got the lighter version and you've got the darker version, and it's amazing how unique the characters are. So that's what we did the first week. The second week we did, which was last weekend, we did the Night Sky Shepherd's Delight versions in the real Shepherd's Delight sort of colourways, with that purples and berries and violets and hints of oranges and everything there, because the colours we didn't want were the oranges, whereas the first week was the neon-y sort of, and the greens in there. And then that is the twin to that one with the exact same colours undertoned, but it's been darkened down with really dark, vibrant navy blues and violets in there as well. And you can just make it out in the background, those colours that we used, which were oranges and reds. And then this week, of course, we have the Effie range, which is these lovely browns and fawns and the blues in there. And we have got a lighter version of that, but it's been calmed down and tamed down by the natural wools. So don't ever say there's a colour that you don't like or you can't work with. There's always going to have a partner that it'll work with. If you're ever stuck, and if you're having a look through your stash at home and you're like, oh my lord, there's loads of neon pink in here, what am I going to do with it? Drop me a message, let me know, and I will help you come up with what you can do with it to help either tone it down or to give it a new balance and a new character so that it doesn't look so dominant. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this month's videos. The Q&A is now on the Patreon members page. Go up and have a look for that. A new chapter will be opening up for July now as well. There's a little picture that says Yarny Texture on it. So you'll find the Q&A for this month in there, plus these videos. The colour options voting, I will put that up on Tuesday. So you can have your votes put in, or actually I might do it today. I'll do it today. And then you've got a week and a bit to get your votes in for the next iPod Thursday. Okay. I'm not quite sure what we're coming up with yet. Might have to have a look through my stock to see if there's any colours that we've not used yet. Anyway, that's me for now. Take care of yourselves. Thank you very, 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 very much for being members and support me over here on Patreon. Please do share and let your friends know that I'm around. Especially those that really want to get into carding and they're really not sure which way to go, or even dyeing and just the touching of it. We'll do a bit more ratio dyeing, I think, in a fortnight's time. And I'll catch you then. Take care. Bye for now.